Hello, everybody. It's time for your art lesson. How's everybody doing? Sorry, my hair's kind of crazy today, but it goes with my personality, right? Anyway, so today we're going to make something special for your mother. Next weekend is Mother's Day, so make sure you put your name on your paper. Don't forget, because we don't want to lose it. It's not until next Sunday, but if we do it at the last minute, we might make some people nervous. So we're going to, sorry, wow, this is a bad hair day. So let's get started, okay? We're gonna talk about Picasso. And I believe we've already done a lesson on Picasso before. He is one of my absolute favorite artists of all time. The reason being is he was an accomplished artist as a child. Like at 13, he made a masterpiece. He made masterpieces as a little kid, like oil paintings that were gorgeous. So he wanted to push the envelope and redo art and rethink it. And so one of the things, one of his most famous paintings is a simple piece like this. This is it. It's, let's see, it's called Main of Fleur, which is hands with flowers. He chose to keep it simple. The color painting consists of two hands holding blue, yellow, red, and orange flower stalks. Picasso hand signed his name and date, 1958. He made this a bouquet of peace to commemorate the peace demonstration held in Sweden, blah, blah, blah. So what he wanted, he says, the artist is an attempt to make the flowers look real. However, the bright colors attract from a distance away. A mixture of lively primary colors and brilliant shades of secondary colors make this painting hard to pass by. Picasso uses lines for the stem, for petals, and the hands holding them. So they talk about, they're not sure, is somebody passing the flowers? Are they holding the bouquet? Is it being torn apart? Is it going in different directions? So sometimes, you know, you can look into, sometimes there's actually deeper meaning behind some of the paintings that you just see. So this was a painting for peace. So it's two different people sharing a bouquet. So take it as you wish, but it's a very familiar symbol. So we're gonna do our best at an attempt at painting that, and not painting, drawing that. Sorry, I don't want to scare anybody. And let's get started. So you only need the basic materials like we've been doing all year. Oops, wrong button. Sorry, oops, wrong button. Stop. Okay. Sometimes I forget to plug in, and that's the happy sound. If I leave that button in, then it doesn't let me, it just only shows my overhead screen. So that's from earlier, that's not now. I love how it does that. But I did do a little attempt at drawing it myself, because we are going to need to look at the famous Picasso hands picture. So flowers, let's see if I can pick up another little picture here so we can actually see it on my phone as well, which I'm gonna do. But we're gonna do the famous fold. Oh yes, so drag one corner, match the corner, drag the page, line up the lines here, make sure they're not overlapping or crooked, and then press down on the back. And that'll give you a nice, whatchamacallit, fold. So if your teacher wants to get fancy, if you guys want to fancy this up, it is not necessary, but you also can cut this white piece off and mount it onto a construction paper. For those of you at home, I can't do certain things so that, you know, it doesn't include you. So if you have an extra piece of paper, but you can even paint a cardboard piece, like be creative, you know, use the file folder, whatever, if you don't have construction paper, okay? So here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're going to look at this picture. we want to fill this space up. Oops, it's hard to see on that. Hold on. Turn down my brightness. You can see it better now, kind of. Let's see. There we go. That's good. You can see my phone, but maybe not my, let's see. So, whoop, I wanted to make it bigger. Oh, well. All right, so we want to fill up this space here. We don't want to make it super tiny. So bear with me as we look at, so what I sometimes do, I want you guys to learn these things, is I'll look at, okay, the hand comes across right in the middle, and of course the bouquet is right down the middle. So we know that this hand is gonna come across right about here. So let's look at that. So from, also you can look at, about how far down this is on the page compared to that, and about how far up this is compared to that, or how big this line is. It's about as big as those circles. So you're gonna wanna learn to pay attention to those ideas. So right now, I'm gonna go nice and slow. We're gonna take, this is the hand, the first hand coming up, and notice it just goes in a soft angle right here, straight out. That's why I got an eraser, because those are great. By the way, these Pentel white eraser tops really work because I erase a lot and they're wonderful. Then his hand is like pinching it. Hands can be very hard to draw. So it's kind of cool that Picasso made these so simple. I'm sure we'll find it difficult to do, but that's why it's special for your mom, because it's special. All right, so I can already see that that's a little short for me. So now I'm making, so all I'm drawing is this part right here and the little hook inside the nose. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Let's see, will that still work if I zoom in? Oh, good. Okay, so we're looking at, so I'm trying to draw that thumb right here. And one of the critiques I also read about this painting is they said, notice how the hand has oval fingernails. It does. Fingernails are kind of gross to draw, but we're gonna do it anyway. So then it's that bone of the hand right here. He does it so well. It's so subtle. And if you start looking at things, oh, it just starts looking weird. Like that looks so weird, right? But we're gonna make it work. I might have to tweak it. Now I'm looking at, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of go around. I'm looking at the relationship of this hand versus the flower. So up here, I'm gonna make an oval shape. And then up here, I'm gonna make, it's almost like a square shape up there, kind of like a marshmallow. Oops, I missed it. Then over here, the relationship, you can see, okay, the yellow circle is over here. Okay, and then the blue one goes downwards, right? It goes down that blue circle. So here we're gonna have those stems. Isn't it funny that this is such a simple painting, but my goodness, it's not easy to draw. Not as easy as I thought it would be. So compared to the thumb, let's look at that. We're gonna add another finger that touches it, right? You see that finger right here? That touches that. So, and then it makes a bump for the knuckles. Bump and a big bump. And those will be the smaller fingers. And let's see if it all lines up, because, so there's one below, there's this one here, and then these have little nails there. Oh, is that weird looking? Hopefully it'll be okay. Oh, it's embarrassing kind of doing some of these things in front of you guys. It really is. Okay, so, but it just shows the humility, you know, it's like, I'm learning too, like everybody's learning. Even if you're an expert, you should always still be growing. So that's why I try to get something out of this. My friends, you can learn about Picasso, You can think about peace. How would you draw peace? There's lots to think about, isn't there? So then I'm drawing, of course, you guys can see little rays of sunshine. They look like suns, but they're flowers. Okay. Okay. And here's that hook. And oh, this line is just a little off and it's going to bug me to death. Okay. So let me show you this really cool trick when you're having a mental block, which I sort of almost am. I can kind of see what's wrong. You can turn it upside down. Friends, turn it upside down. I'm not kidding. It really changes things and helps you see things better. So I can see that this is way too thick right away, right? Did you see that? And then it's got the little bump. That changed almost everything. These, let's see, have this bump and then a big one and then a smaller one. So it's a little bit further over than what I actually have. Oh, we have another hand Picasso. How could you? Okay, so we've got these. And notice how these bend. I thought that was really kind of cool how they show movement, the flowers. So from here, you see it comes out right at his fingernail. So we're gonna make a semicircle, almost like a C shape right here. See that? And then we're gonna take our hand. Isn't it funny drawing this upside down? I bet it's making some people crazy. You can turn it back around, but this is working for me. It might be working for you too. So those are a couple of things you always can do if you get stuck on something. You can turn it upside down. You can grid it. So we could fold this up or draw grid lines, and then you'd have squares that you'd focus on, or you can turn it upside down like this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, and this one's tucked a little bit, and it's round and has a little, there we go. So that's kind of nice, huh? And then we've got these flowers up here. So want to know what else is cool? We don't have to do flesh color. I really don't like doing flesh color, but you can, but it's kind of nice. So if you have a black crayon or a black marker rather, let's pull this back up. If you have a black marker, it might be lovely to use for this project. I just got some new ones, but I don't know that I brought any up home or upstairs rather for my home studio here. I'm so blessed to have my studio going, but I do have a pen that I can use later. So let's get coloring. I'm just going to use simple crayons, and I'm going to copy Picasso's colors exactly because it was very recognizable. Now, one thing, if you've worked with me, I don't care for pencil lines. They kind of mess with some of the colors. And so, friends, you may want to consider doing a little bit of an erasing job, but be careful of your sheet. Make sure you hold it down nice and tight so that it doesn't wrinkle, because this is a gift for mom, right? We don't want it to look bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now my pencil lines are nice and faint, and now it's time for me to use those as guides and get back into the drawing part. So here we go, coloring the big circle, no other yellow spots. So I'm going to move on, and he's got dark orange little rays around it. And notice and think about it, the flowers, when they move, they change direction as well as their petals. So I always love to think about that. Like I notice how he's twisting these because, oh, these are going down and it's turning, and it adds a little bit of movement once again, okay? Then I'm gonna look for a really bright blue. This one's hanging down over here. I love that. This one will do. Again, the moving of the flower. That one, especially the top one going. Oh, look, we have another blue that happens over there. And then we've got a red. So I'm gonna go with, it's a little bit orangier red, but I'm gonna go with this one here. He used a lot of orange in it, really, if you look at it. Okay, so these little paint strokes he did, again, they're going around the flower, turning in a really simple manner. Okay, so light orange. For lighter orange. I'll put a link up to a Picasso lesson I did before so that you can look it up if you're curious to learn more about him. There'll be a link if we didn't go over it in your grade level. I believe we did, but you know, it's hard to keep all the grade levels straight. So one thing I do notice about this is that the lines for the painting, if you see, are different color green. Some are light, some are dark. And then we're missing those big pom-pom blooms too. So I almost forgot those. So we've got one pom-pom bloom here, one in between these, and one really close to his hand. And I'm gonna erase my pencil lines. Let's see. Okay, and we're going to make those crazy early blooms, like they haven't grown into flowers, or maybe they're tired and they used to be flowers. Something's going on. They're either blooming or dying. What do you think? I'm going with a new bloom because it's a bright, fresh green kind of color. So it's kind of like a firework going crazy. And we've got just a few strategic lines. Look at this one coming up here. And these lines going down. Be aware of your lines and like the shape of them and which direction they're going. See, that gives it movement. One's going this way, one's going that way. And the little lines down below. And we can add those lighter green lines. Definitely add something. So now if you don't have access to a black marker or a black pen even, that's okay. You probably have a black crayon. I'm gonna use my black pen now. I think it'd be really cute if you sign your name here, down here. So I'll sign my crazy signature here. Maybe, and then we'll have other options for you to add on to this for in the middle, inside the card if you wish, okay? So let's follow around our old lines. And here we go. I'm really glad I turned this upside down to see it for what was really happening here. It was kind of a mess. Oh, that one's a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. Oh no. And we gotta, don't forget the oval fingernails. That's kind of known for. It says it's repeating these patterns. You say so. All right, but he was a mastermind. Like, he did think of things like that. He did overthink things. He was very successful and really was into art for everybody. And has a great message. I mean, it just is such a good man. So, and really super talented. Even though they're weird looking, you see that little fingernail there and maybe a little hint of one on the next one. All right, so it's a little messy. Let's see if I can change my lighting. It looks a little better with the real light. Like it's kind of fluorescent. It's making my flowers look fluorescent. But anyways, that is the Picasso flower hand drawing lesson. It's a bit short today. It's a quick drawing of Picasso. If you'd like, one of the other things that I do to entertain myself artistically is occasionally I'll just draw, and I don't know if you guys have ever done this. Oh, if you'd like, also there are there are other projects online under other grades where I made a bouquet of flowers. This one's made with watercolor, but you can easily do it with crayons or markers. So if you want to do something for Mother's Day, go ahead and peek on my lessons, just where yours are, but different grade levels. But one of the things I wanted to show you that I do for fun when I'm bored, because we have some free time right now, is and I have my black marker, so I'm going to use that. I'll go like this, and I'll just draw like zigzags and neat patterns. And that was kind of like a modern movement with Picasso. And then I'll color in just the little sections that appear. And you actually could even, some people will do this. They'll even write like mom here. And you could do this. Isn't this crazy that I think of these things so quick? Okay, you can do this, mom, and change the colors to cool and warm, and mom will stand out. Yeah, watch this. I know you probably think I'm crazy. Oops, my pen leaked. Good thing it's not an expensive painting. I'd be upset. These are really expensive painting pens. Posca is the brand. Oh, okay. That sucks. I'm gonna have black ink on my fingers now. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is this, right? So I started that with like a blue, which isn't really, so we could do these all blue inside here, let's say. And then all the colors around these markings can be red. And the words mom, you gotta wait till your pen dries. You won't have the same problem that I do. Let's say that's that. And then these lines here can be colored in with like red and orange. And it'll really stand out. Isn't that neato? So that's kind of a fun little thing you always can do or make. And I just enjoy doing the whole squiggles, like and not adding names, but you know, it might be fun for you to make something different, or for someone else, or whatever you like. Just trying to keep you guys busy and creative, right? Lots of cool things out there in the world. Hopefully you're seeing those too. We want to expose you to those wonderful things, like a peace bouquet, maybe a crazy mom drawing. You can write mom rocks or whatever. All right, so dear friends, I think that's it for me now. You can feel free to continue working on this. You can finish working on your card as well. I'm going to have sayings posted on my website that you can copy in here. You may want to make lines and a ruler, or at least have a little bit of guidelines, you know, so you don't write all crazy and crooked, but do your very best for your mom. Moms love you, and they love anything that you do, but they know when you give it your best and care, right? We know. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed that lesson, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. with my inky fingers.